Big Finish, this is a plea. Stop making so much stuff I feel compelled to buy. I'm just broke now, frankly. It's just too much. Can't wait, though. Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to the channel where I talk about all the geeky pop culture that I like, consume and enjoy, and one of those things is, of course, Doctor Who, and we've got some exciting Doctor Who news. Yes, they are recasting the War Doctor. And by they, I of course mean Big Finish, because Big Finish are the company that of course like to fill in the gaps of Doctor Who continuity. Wherever there is a gap to be found, Big Finish will fill it. Now, we sadly lost John Hurt when he died back in 2017. At that point, he had made 4 box sets of Big Finish audio dramas following on the adventures of the War Doctor, leading up to and before the events that we saw in the Day of the Doctor. They are all brilliant. I've got them all on my shelf and I highly recommend checking them out. But obviously his sad death brought an end to those box sets, understandably. But they always did focus on the sort of latter years of the War Doctor. And what we saw way back in the Night of the Doctor shorts was that when the 8th Doctor regenerated into the War Doctor, he was a young man. The War Doctor was a young man. And so he must have had a long, long life to age into John Hurt's age. We got to see a little CGI recreation of John Hurt's younger self in that scene, reflected in the goblet, I think it was. And I think it was always inevitable that eventually Big Finish would decide that it was the right time to fill in that gap, and now they have decided that now is that time. It's been 3 years since John Hurt died, and there will be some people who think this is probably too soon, that they should have waited longer to recast it. What I suspect is going on here is, what I suspect has happened, should I say, is that they probably found the perfect person to voice it, and they were probably waiting for that moment. If they waited much longer, maybe they would have lost that opportunity to use that actor. But when you've got an actor that can exemplify the character and sound a lot like John Hurt, then I guess it kind of makes sense. I don't know whether or not it's too soon. 3 years. I didn't expect them to do it this soon. I kind of thought it would be at least another couple of years. But I'm not angry that they've done it now. I'm not upset. I think it's I think it was inevitable that it would happen eventually. And if they found the right person to do it, good on them. It's just going to cost me money because I'm going to buy them all now. So that person is actor Jonathan Carley, who, this may not be the first time you will have heard him as the Doctor, as the War Doctor, because he actually voiced the character in one of those lockdown little shorts we had right at the beginning of lockdown. In the Doctors Assemble, the multi-Doctor short that was produced by Emily Cook, he plays the War Doctor in that.
Good seeing you all. The Doctors, working together to solve a problem.
So if you want to get an idea of what he sounds like, then that might be a good example. In that, they used a picture of him as the young War Doctor, so maybe that's the voice he's going to do for that. Maybe he'll change it a little bit to make it sound a little bit younger, because it was a almost pitch perfect example of of John Hurt, kind of as he sounded as an old man. But then again, John Hurt's always had a very distinctive voice, and this may just be I can't remember how John Hurt sounded. I'd have to rewatch Alien or something, see how he sounded when he was younger. But he's always had that distinctive voice. So I think it was definitely a good choice in terms of the actor. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. This could run a long time, potentially. I mean, how many have they announced? They've announced 4 box sets so far, and the first of those comes out in June 2021. So quite a way away as of yet. I imagine they've got at least one of the first box set already recorded, because Big Finish don't tend to announce these things until they've got it recorded, and then they gradually release sort of over the next year and a half after that to December 2022. So we've already got a year and a half worth of releases there for this new younger War Doctor. We may well, if it's a success, get many more after that. It'll be interesting to see. There's not really any details on plot yet, so we'll just have to wait and see what kind of stories we're going to get. Are they going to be similar in scope and themes and stuff to the John Hurt starring War Doctor box sets. We just don't know. But I'm certainly going to be pre-ordering these ones because I love me some Time War goodies, and I love what John Hurt did with his box sets. I'm really looking forward to seeing what John does with these. Oh, quickly before I go, because I've just popped this downstairs to edit it, and then as I was doing that, I checked Twitter again, and it turns out like a little short clip of the first drama has been released, and it looks like it picks up immediately after Night of the Doctor. There is some dialogue between the Sisters of Khan and the newly regenerated War Doctor there. So I just wanted to pop in, say that as well. I'm quite glad that we're getting it literally. It's called The War Doctor Begins. It is at the very, very beginning of the War Doctor's life. Anyway, back to past me to wrap up the video. What are your thoughts? What do you want to see in these box sets? Do you want to take them to be taken in a slightly different direction to the War Doctor box sets we've already got, to give us something slightly different? If so, what? How do you feel about this recasting 3 years after John Hurt's death? Do you think it's too early? Do you think it's about right? Was it inevitable that they were going to do it anyway? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you to talk more Doctor Who soon. Goodbye.